Well, if you're hearing the Flight of the Valkyries, it's time again for another My Alaskan Backyard Show. Tonight we have Buttons was here, but she took off. She may come back. But welcome, it's January 23rd, 2021. We're 3 days past the 20th, and that was the day that our country was sold down the river by the Repubtards and stolen by the Democrats. So, 3 days into it, let's see, I think there's like 70,000 people now out of work because of Biden's asshole policies. And it's probably going to be hundreds of thousands out by the end of the month. But hey, it's all right. Orange Man was bad, right? So take that to the store when you want to buy some bread and milk, if you can find any. Tonight's vintage is a nice little indica from Matanuska Cannabis Company. It's called Hulkamania. And we're enjoying that along with occasional beer or so. Trying to get through the apocalypse. You're welcome to join us and try and survive what's coming. But, who knows? Oh, yeah. Well, what have I done today? Well, today my wife got her $600 stimuli. She got a $600 stimuli. It wasn't a check. It was a credit card or a debit card. So I think Monday she's going to go grab her $600 out off the card and use it to buy some basic goods or whatever. I, of course, didn't get one because for some odd reason, according to the IRS site, they don't know why, but they didn't ship one. So it may be because of my political persuasions. Who knows? Or it could be the fact that my identity is still at risk because of my last employer's fuck-ups. I don't think I told you people about the GCI, the telecommunications company I worked for, and how they gave, not just once, but I think it was 3 times they compromised their entire payroll department. And the one time that I was involved, mine and I could think every other person in the company's W-2 information was scammed out of one of the employees. Somebody posing as the chief financial officer or something asked them for send them the data on the W-2s for that current tax year, and it was coming from an outside source, and the dumb fuckers did it. So by the time that was discovered and shit, all our data had been sold all over the internet, and me and a bunch of the other folks had to, notify the IRS that our identity had been stolen. We had to go make special filings and stuff. That was the first time. Then they did it two more times. It happened. So I'm not surprised that there's probably some problem at the IRS concerning my social security number and my account. Because, they know it's been compromised. They sent me another PIN number to use for this year's, along with my wife's. And so it should be interesting. We'll see how much more of this stupidity I can take. But yeah, so we went. Uh, I'd never thought in my wildest dreams that the federal government would be that stupid as to issue debit cards for $600. 2 million of them, evidently. And I don't know who's getting the sweetheart deal, but maybe they got a special waiver or whatever. But I've been a merchant for oh, I guess 20 years or so, and every time I used a credit card or was in the process of taking credit cards, the bank and the processing companies would take from 3 to 5% of the transaction balance as payment. Now, my mathematical skills are not what they used to be because of my advanced age and my frequent use of intoxicants. But you know what? 2 million and 2 million cards sent out, $600 on each card, and 3 to 5% per transaction. Now, say that all 2 million people went and did one transaction at the bank and got the money out. Most of the people are not going to be doing that, but say they did. Okay, so what is that? 2 million times 5%. Say the high end, 5% of $600. Wouldn't that be? Let's say 10% of 600 would be 60. 5% of that would be 50% of that 60. So we're looking at $30 per transaction is what they're making, right? Yeah. Or is it $3 to $3? No, I think it's 30. All right, so that's $30 million on 1 million cards. 2 million cards is double that. So someone's is going to make a cool $60 million. Plus, of course, they're not going to be doing this out of the joy of their heart. There's printing and administration costs and computer time and all that. So they're going to be charging the feds, this private company, is going to, they're going to have to charge for that service, right? They're not going to be giving it out for free. So you got those fees in addition to the percentages. So did any you people get any public notice of bids for this stuff? Did the federal government issue any warning that they were going to do this and let banks bid on the cost involved and the time frame and stuff? No, I think not. It looks to me like somebody got their palms greased somewhere along the line. But you guys do your own research and see what you come up with. I came up with this company. I'm not going to put the name out. You can find it yourself. They own 16% of the bank that's handling these transactions, and they turn out to be a donor to the Democratic Party and Joe Biden. So, and I guess if we trash down the other stockholders in this company, the majority holders and board members and stuff, we'd probably find out that there's some money being exchanged here other than to help us poor COVID-19 sufferers out here in the real world. So do your own research. I'll give you a hint if I can pull it back up on my system here. And I'll give you somewhere to kind of look at. Let's see here. Nope. We leave those tabs. Let me see. Yeah. Well, you can start your process by going to the Treasury, the IRS, And you can see their notice when they're doing this, which is January 7th, is when they told everybody that they were doing this. Okay, and there's certain bank, Method Bank. Okay, check into who owns and who has controlling stock in Method Bank. You might be interested, and that'll get you on to who gave money to who and who's getting paid back for what. But it's up to you to do the research, to do the homework. I'm not gonna go into detail about that for you now. You can figure it out on your own. Let me see if I can get some stuff here. Properties. Alrighty now. That's not. That's the wrong side. Now, why did I pick that side? There. That's the one we want. That's the one we want. Okay, it's working properly. So let's go. Okay, well, Buttons is not with me right now, but I'm just going to go surf the web, and you guys are welcome to hang around for a little bit. And we'll see how it goes. I've not been able to get any shows uploaded to BitChute for some odd reason since probably the day before no, 2 days before the inauguration, and I still can't get anything uploaded from BitChute from this section of the world. So I don't know whether there's a regional problem with their equipment or their backbones cut off at certain areas. I don't know. I can still get the BitChute site, but I can't upload anything to it any longer. Not successfully. So either I've been banned or I've been a bad boy or something or another. So until that's resolved, we'll just play around other places. We won't be able to upload here, but I've got other presences otherwhere. And you'll probably be seeing this or you're downloading this through the iTunes store because this is the podcast. This will be up on the podcast site in probably a day or so by Monday. So let's see what we got going here. Let's check out the interwebs and we'll comment on things that we see here. It says fake President Biden speaks to the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Yeah, what a piece of shit. Does anybody really want to see this lying cock sucking piece of crap? I don't think so. Donald Trump legacy is free Friday. Yeah, okay. I'll get that. No, I don't see why I can't get my stuff up on here, but I guess it's not to be. All kinds of cool stuff up there. Say, what's happening on... Oh, there's Jericho Green. Let's check him out. Was I watching him early? Let's see what else is going on. Biden quit clowning around. This is Newsmax, which is cool. They're kind of replacing Fox News.
In the days leading up to the presidential inauguration, our Democratic political class decided to issue one final stinging insult to the 75 million legal Trump voters by granting themselves protections that they are proud to deny to regular Americans. Over the last 4 years,
Nothing new there.
Democrats in Washington have denied funding for a border wall. They have demonized our police and have pushed laws to disarm law-abiding gun owners. However, the moment that our political establishment, and this always happens, feels threatened in any way, they themselves immediately retreat behind what? Walls. And they call the police and the military at times to defend themselves with guns. The same guns that they wanted to
Oh, yada, yada, yada. So what is anybody going to do about it? We can't do a lot of nothing until campaign season gets here. And that's when the weather gets better. You know, probably around March is where you're going to see the violence start kicking up. You know, it might be earlier if Obama and Biden starts fucking around more with patriots. Eventually, you know, something's going to give, and the once the blood starts flowing, it ain't going to stop, folks. So get ready. 70 was it 70 million or 75 million people? Votes were disregarded, and I don't think that we're going to stand by and take it, but who knows? We'll see what happens. All I know is when the bullets start flying, it's going to be hard to put the shit back in the bottle. Democrats got some heavy dues to pay, and they're going to be paying. It's going to be epic. It's going to be biblical. Mark Dice, get your orders in by tomorrow or Sunday. No, they're going to kick Dice off of YouTube. And then kick everybody. The thing is, see, folks, it's real easy to put these social websites up, man. Anybody, what's expensive and stuff is the hardware and the backhaul, the getting the signal out of your hardware onto the internet through an ISP, an internet service provider. It's equipment. That's where your expenses and stuff are, and you know that's what made the cloud so popular with folks. It's because they didn't have to put that money out of their pocket anymore. You know, they could have their servers, their hardware actually be virtual hardware on existing on someone else's physical hardware. And you know that was so good, but when you give that power to the you know away, those people anytime they don't like what you say or do, they can turn you off, and that's what happened. Folks got turned off. Parler got turned off. Gab was fucking really shaky for a while there, and probably still, you know, BitChute as well. They're still probably in precarious positions if they don't own all their own equipment. And then, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Things are uh, develop here. I don't know. Biden gets nuked from orbit with dislikes. Piece of shit, Biden. You know, I mean, really, Big Daddy Biden. There's no question in anybody's mind that he was not taking kickbacks. He's on videotape admitting that he's extorted the Ukrainians. He admits it on videotape. He fucking brags about it. He's a fucking criminal, people. I just fucking can't believe that our military, knowing the stuff that they know, are not going to do anything about this. This guy is a bought and paid for fucking agent of communism. And his kids in him is probably into pedophilia. You know? Evidently there's videotapes of Hunter Biden fucking little kids on tape. Jesus Christ, people. Let's see what else we got going on here. Buttons we yet, baby? You want to come and sit with me? Or not?
starting out. How long have we been doing this goofy shit? 20 minutes? Yeah, we've been doing it 20 minutes. Let me see. What else we got here? Oh, okay. Let me fix this one too. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, yeah. No, that's not the right one. Not OBS. We want Opera. There you go. Okay. Got another view for you to make it a little better. So what else is going on here?
It's a Saturday night on the mountain. The weather is halfway decent. It's been like 32 today. So we get some of these winters where it stays warm most of the winter. It gets cold. It doesn't get super cold. And then we get these god awful cold winters where we'll get 20 to 40 below zero for 2 freaking weeks at a time. You know, and at those temperatures, folks, let me tell you, things don't work right. Plastics get brittle, rubber gets brittle and stuff. So parts of your cars start failing, tires, if you park your car, right, and you don't move it for a day, when you do move it, you'll have a flat surface that goes ka-plunk, 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 ka-plunk on all four tires while you're driving down the road until they warm up enough to where the rubber gets supple enough and it'll come back to normal. I've seen it so cold that you throw a cup of coffee in the air and it vaporizes instantly. You know, I personally don't care for that. I mean, it was a great experience when the first time I experienced it, but after the fucking fourth or fifth year of shit like that, you appreciate any global warming you can get, and I appreciate that this year it's been pretty nice so far. We haven't hit February yet, and that's usually where we get the fucking 40 below zero shit. So we'll see what happens from that. But I appreciate you guys getting out there and giving me all that global warming that you got. Keep it coming. Appreciate it. What else we got going here? Is anything fun? Not too much. We don't want Biden's Antifa riots. You'll see that stuff this summer, around March, April, whenever if you're not willing to get up and go to work, you're not going to get up and go protest when it's cold outside. So you ain't going to see a whole lot. I mean, certain spots like maybe out in California or down in the Southwest or so, some places where it's warm, you're going to see, you'll see some disturbances happening, some crap. The actual war stuff is probably not going to start till this summer. By then, Biden and Harris and the Demtards and Rhinos will have put so many people out of work, destroyed so many businesses, ruined so many fucking people's lives that they won't be able to leave D.C. without fucking National Guard support or, armed guards. And I'm not just talking to Secret Service. I'm talking, if this gets bad enough, the states, the red states are going to have to succeed from the union. They're going to have to. Because their people are not going to take this shit. It only takes the first one to announce, and then it'll be an avalanche of them coming out. And that's going to trigger a whole bunch of other shit. Whole bunch of fighting, and then probably foreign troops, and fucking, it's going to be kinetic as hell. But hopefully no nukes go off, but we'll see. We'll see. Military, if they're going to move, they need to do it within the next 60 days. I mean, if in 60 days Biden is still in office, and the government's still compromised like it is, that's the end of America. No sane person is going to put up with their vote not counting and not being counted and losing their job and starving in the in isolation. No, I think this is going to come to an end, a heated end, one way or another. And good luck to most of you folks down there. People out in the country have a really good chance of getting through everything minimally scathed. You people in the city are fucked. You're just fucked. But you're the ones you guys in the cities are the ones who voted this fucking idiot communist in. And, duh. Anyway. Well, we've been ranting and raving for 26 minutes. Let's see, is anybody on Twitch? Did anybody show up for Twitch? Probably not. I don't see anybody but me. That's just good. That's the way it should be. Just me talking to my future progeny somewhere down the line. Maybe 200, 300 years from now. If there's any civilization left after the next year or so. There'll still be archives around some places that people will be able to get to. And hopefully, my shit will still be on the interwebs. We'll see. It's probably the closest we're all going to come to immortality is the NSA recording all our shit. Let's see. The Big Bang Theory, so happy. Albin Day, best scenes ever. 26 seconds, that's not very long. United States soldiers sing Days of Elijah. Okay. Buyer's remorse. It streamed yesterday. I don't know. It don't look like there's much of nothing. You know, I've not been able to find a whole lot of information on the interwebs anymore because I don't go to Facebook, so I'm not polluted by them anymore. YouTube has gotten rid of so many people and throttled so much shit that it's hard to find anything new. Like, it's hard to find out what's exactly is happening in D.C. right now. Or have any of you heard or seen anything out of Portland, out of Seattle, out of Philadelphia? I haven't heard anything out of Philadelphia. I haven't heard of my friends that live there. I heard nothing. I don't know nobody knows what's going on. So maybe the military is moving. I don't know. I hope they are. We'll see what happens here soon. I figured we'd all hunker down for 2 weeks after the swearing in, and we'll see what happens. If the military hasn't moved in 2 weeks, they're not going to. So it's just the end of America. Make your plans accordingly. Pick a side because it's going to get nasty. And hell, we might even have space aliens coming down. Who the fuck knows? Nobody fucking knows. So your mileage may vary. Alrighty, let's see. Let's look on BitChute again. Let's look at the popular stuff. Race wars endorse hate. Bullshit. What kind of weird shit's that? How to travel freely, no mask, no nothing. Okay. Shipping containers, newts threaten prevented arrest. I'm having a hard time, folks, believing any of this Q shit. And these guys here, I mean, every time, and anytime, I want to believe what they're saying is true, but when they say shit and then it turns out not to be the case, well, how are you supposed to reconcile that? I don't know. We're fed so much propaganda and fake news from so many sources, you know. It's no reason why people are having problems sticking in reality or determining that they're not living in a matrix somehow, because there's some weird fucking shit happening all over the planet right now. Let's see here. Any more? Nobody in the chat? Nothing. Nah, that's good. I didn't think there would be. So if you're seeing this, you're probably going to be seeing it on myalaskanbackyard.com in the podcast section. The shows are not for political stuff anymore. On the shows, I'm just doing my travel logs. So it's not to offend people. So if you want to see some Alaskan stuff, check that out. I'll be putting, I've got like 5 years of films to put up, so I'll be working on that and building that as I go. But you folks you'll be wanting to see the shows, the podcasts. And here's where you'll find the podcast right there. Blah 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 blah, and I'll be putting this one on there as well. You can go to iTunes and get the show added to your podcast player if you'd like. If not, hey, fuck it, who cares? All right, so that's 32 minutes. That's more than enough. Let's sum it up like this, okay? Each day, more bad shit's happening to the economy. And a lot of it doesn't seem to be based on anything other than they got to destroy Trump's legacy. They got to destroy Trump because they're so fucking scared of him and the American people that they got to destroy it. They got to destroy all that stuff. They're going to be coming after conservatives and stuff. But they need to back down. If they want to survive, they need to back down, because it's going to come to a point where you get in somebody's face, and if you're not willing to kill them, they're going to kill you. And that's just the way it's going to be. We are more divided as a nation now than in any time of my life. You know, I grew up and went into service in the 70s. In 72, I went in. I was like 17 years old, and I went in, and that was Vietnam. And luckily, I didn't get sent in country, but that started my career. And I've never seen the country this fucked up. Even as a child, growing up in like rural Ohio and rural Kentucky and stuff, and being around like the Ku Klux Klan members and all that shit. You know, I've never seen, even when there are riots of the 60s and stuff, I've never seen people hate each other like we do now. And the left wants us dead, and we're not going to die without taking a whole bunch of the left with us. So, whatever, you know. I hope you all enjoying your COVID day. That shit. That's a whole show there, just going over that retardation. Maybe we'll do a COVID reality show. Who fucking knows? Oh man, 34 minutes. I got to get off of here, folks, because it'll be so big that people won't be able to download it without me squeezing it down or something. So until next time, let's listen to the Valkyries. Hasta la vista, baby.